Hi guys, how are you doing? I hope you're doing fine. So welcome back to Annie the Busy Beauty, and if you're new here, you're very much welcome. If you're my old subscriber, you're also very much welcome, and thank you for being here. And if you're just passing by and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing, the red button down there, and also don't forget to click the bell so every time I upload a new video, you get a notification that I've uploaded a new video. So today I'm going to talk about a topic about the things that we do that sometimes cause our failure in life, So I'm going to be frank with you. I'm also guilty of these things, but we talk about it and we found solution about it. You never know who is listening out there, and they also have the same problem, or they're going through the same situations. So guys, if you see me looking this side, I'll be looking at my points because I wrote them down so I don't forget anything. So I will be reading that with you, and then I will be discussing. So I've written out written 4 points that I think most of the time cause failures in our lives and also cause a lot of problems. So the first point is comparison. God knows how I hate people comparing people to others, because in this world we were born as individual. We all have our ups and downs. We are all different. We act differently in every kind of situation. And when you compare someone else to someone else, it's kind of degrading. That is the worst thing someone can do to you, or even to yourself. You compare yourself to other people. You compare your success to other people. You complain. You say, oh, why not me? I'm doing the same thing and she's doing the same thing, or he's doing the same thing, but mine is not working and his is working. Girlfriend, whoever you are that you're watching this video, you don't have to compare yourself, because we are different. Human beings, we are like fingers. We are not the same, but we do the same thing, but we are not the same. You see, this is short, this is a little bit longer, this is longer, everybody have their purpose in life. And when you try to compare yourself, you're not doing it because you like it. You're doing it because you're comparing yourself. You want to be like that person. Maybe even the thing that you're doing is not what you're supposed to do, is not what was meant for you. So stop comparing yourself. Oh, that one did that, so you have to do this, so you have to do that. The comparison thing is the worst thing, and it's very degrading, and it's very hurting if you don't know. Don't compare anybody. Me, I'm also guilty. Sometimes I compare myself. Sometimes I compare people around me. But I reflect back and think how I feel when someone compares me to somebody else. It feels so bad, you're like, you're doing your best, but you can't get to that, that certain point where the other person is. There's a lot of reasons. Maybe, I don't know, but don't compare yourself. Don't compare yourself to others, because the minute you start to compare yourself to others, that's what brings me to the next point. That's when you start to compete. Competition is another thing. You compete. When you compare yourself, you start to compete, because you're not doing it because you want to do it. You're not doing it because you like it. You're doing it because you're comparing yourself to the other person. You're doing it because you feel like you're better than the other person. See? So you're competing with the other person, and you're not doing it right. And it will end up you will end up failing, Don't compare yourself. When you compare yourself, it brings you to competition, and that's when you start to compete. Oh, why is her doing it? I have to do better than her. And when you start to compete, that the mentality becomes toxic, because you're competing, and that person you're competing with, maybe the thing that she's doing just comes out naturally, It's just natural. It's just natural in him or her, So stop competing with somebody. If you want to do something, just do it because you like it, you know. There's a difference of competing, and there's a difference of competing and getting inspired. Getting inspired is where you see someone has done something good and you like to do as her or him. Then you try, even you ask in a good way, in a positive way. But when someone is competing with you, they don't compliment you, they don't do anything. They don't say anything, but they go behind your back and they do the same thing that you're doing. They compete with you. They think they are better. You're not better. It's just, you're not better. Maybe you're even competing and trying everything and it's not even working. And when you're competing and it's not working as the same as the other person, because the other person is doing it naturally, it comes out naturally, you know. And it doesn't come. You're competing with that person, and that's what brings me to the next point. And the next point is envy. When you're competing and you're not getting where that person is, you start to get envious. You start to get envious. Everything you do, everything that person does, you get envious. You envy that person so much that you lose yourself. You know, you lose yourself in whatever you are doing. You're now not concentrating on what you're doing or what you're supposed to do, but you're concentrating on that person that is doing the same thing that you're doing. So envy can cause a lot of problem. When you envy somebody, everything. When you sleep, you dream about that person. When you walk, when you eat, you become very thin. You become stressed because you envy that person. You envy the life of that person, the other person. You know, you want it. You want it. You want that person. I remember when I was there. Let me tell you a story, guys. And I'm not saying that I'm better or anywhere in any way, but when I was growing up, my parents, especially my mother, my father was a little bit soft, but my mother was strict, and she's still strict. My mother was very strict. She used to, I could come home when I was young and I say, Mom, I want this thing. I saw somebody with something and I want it. And she will spank me, you know. She will spank me, I will get some canes, you know. In Africa, African mothers don't play, yeah. And she will tell me, you want like that person. What do you have? What do you have to want that kind of that person? And how do you know, or how do you know where she or he got that thing that you're competing with her? Do you know her life? Do you know what she did to get that thing? Do you know the situation of her parents? And really, to come to think about it, and I'm like, those days it was very harsh. I was like, my mom was very harsh. She's harsh. I will cry and this. Why don't I get that? But now that I'm grown, I'm like, my mom used to teach me exactly, you know, you don't have to envy somebody. You don't have to compete with somebody. You don't have to envy something that someone has, because you don't know their journey. You don't know when they started. You don't know how they came there. You don't know their connection. So for you to get envious, you don't know what they went through. You don't know. You don't know their pain. You don't know what they gave up to be where they are. You know? So for you to be envious of that is not something, is not even fair to yourself. And when you're envious, that's bring me to the fourth point. You start to become jealousy. And jealous is the most destruction you can do to yourself. Jealous bring destruction. That's when you start to want, because you want to destroy that person. It hurts so bad. Why am I not like her? You become so jealous. Even he just passes by, you feel like you want to strangle yourself, or you want to strangle the person. That's when you find out, because of jealousy, You envy that person. Then you start to be jealous of that person. You'll be jealous so bad that you want to even to kill that person. You want everything that that person has. You'll be so jealous that when you see them, you feel like the world is shaking, you know? And it's not even that person. It's not that person's fault. It's your fault because you are doing something that maybe was not even meant for you. You just started comparing yourself to people. You compare yourself. And then when comparing and then you start to compete, you just want to be like them. You just want to do what they're doing. And it's very different. Some things comes just naturally. And everybody in this world, we are all different, you know? We are all different and we have different purposes. Everybody is good in something. We can't be equal. We can all of us, we cannot be equal, you know? We have to, somebody is a doctor, somebody is a makeup artist, somebody is a chef, somebody else is. So when someone is a doctor and you want to be a doctor and your call was not a doctor, so you should know that we are not the same. We are not the same. And like I was telling you, then when I was young and my mom could say that, I was like, she was so unfair, you know, like this is so unfair. This is not good. But now when I grow up, I started knowing that she was right. I started knowing that she was telling me that, and it's helped me to be who I am. For me, I don't compete. I do my own thing. And as long as it takes, I don't care. I will not compete with anybody. Because I'm me. The other person is the other person. There's no way you can compare yourself. You compare, you compete, you envy, and then you jealousy. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, when jealousy gets in, everything goes negative. Everything's go the other way around. You know? And that's when you find, guys, like I was saying, that's when you find everything that the other person does irritates you. Because you're jealous of that person. You just start to hate her for no reason, for really no reason. Have you ever wondered, someone say, you know, I hate that person. I hate her. I hate that person. I hate this. I hate that. I hate her. And then when you ask them, you hate her. Why do you hate her? For what reason? You know them? No, I don't know them, but I just hate them. How can you hate someone that you don't know? Someone that you've never even connected with? Why do you hate somebody that you don't know? You hate somebody so much that you don't know. You go, when you see someone, even when, let's say, for example, with her boyfriend or with her husband or with whatever their spouse, you see them walk, she's boasting with her husband. She's boasting with that boyfriend of hers. She's boasting with that. What is your problem? What is your problem? Because you are envious. You are jealous. You want that person. You know, you are not happy with you are not content with what you have. And it's even worse when you have when you have a husband, you have a boyfriend, and you're still talking how that person is boasting with her husband or boyfriend, or you keep on wondering what goes through her mind when she's saying, or somebody, he or she saying that. Because she's envious, she's competing. But the problem is that you don't know how those people, you're competing, you're envious of that person's marriage, that person's relationship, that person's, you don't know how they solve their situations. You don't know how they sit down and talk. You don't know how they solve their problems. You are not with them. So when you see people happy, when you see someone is succeeding in something, don't go around being jealous and envious and competing with them, and you don't know. You really don't know. You don't know their situation. Stay out of it. Just do you. And that's why I always say, be you, do you. And eventually, everything will fall into its perfect place. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. But if only you are positive, you have to put that positivity. Be like a footballer. When you see like these footballers, when they're on the field, they don't look who is here, who is here. Their aim is to put that ball in the goal. The only time they look like this, it's when they're looking for their partners, how to pass the ball. It's not how the other person, no. When one footballer has the ball, the only time he's looking like this is when is the time that he is looking for his partner, for him to give him the ball. Their aim is to get that ball into the goal. And that's how life should be. If you get, there's, when there's envious, there's jealous, there's competition, you compare yourself. But at the same time, competition, in the between, like I said, competition, there's being inspired and competing, yeah? When you're competing with someone, you think you're better. You go to, I don't want to ask the advice. I'm going to do it myself. I want to show them. You show who? What? Show who? What? And when you compete and you don't get there, you start to be envious. And when you get envious, to the point when you start getting jealousy, you start to become so jealous that you lose yourself. And then when you're jealous, you start to everything. You start to destroy everything. That person you make lies about them. You try to make you're trying to justify your failure with their success. You're going around talking about those people, how bad they are, and you don't know anything about those people. Maybe you've interacted with these people once, twice, thrice. You don't know anything. You don't know where they come from. You don't even know their second name. You don't even know their village. You don't even know where the parents' name. You've never even seen one of the siblings of his. You'll be around talking how you know those past people. Hey, you see, she's successful. What successful? That is just something that you have excuse. You always justify your failure with the other person's success. You're trying to tell people that it's not the way you think. But it's because you were comparing yourself, and when it didn't work, you started competing. And when it's in, you envy, and then you become jealous. And now you're totally jealous. When you're jealous is the end. Is the last stage of becoming a witch. When you're jealousy is the last stage of becoming a witch. From there, no more resurrection, unless you want to do it yourself. Now you become everything that person, you want to destroy them in any way that you can. And it's not even the other person's fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. Someone who is being inspired, they will ask you, hey, how are you doing? You will even see, they admire you, they want to do in a very good way, in a very positive way, They like it, they want to see, they want to, at the same time, they're supporting you, at the same time, because they know at the end of the day, they will need your support to be where you are. And for you to be where you are, you need the other people. So you support each other. You support each other. You bring someone from up. This one that is up is coming down. You meet in the middle. And everything works perfect. So guys, those were my 4 points. Things that make us fail in life. It's comparison, competition, and then envy. And then when you go, it's jealousy. All these 4 points, they are connected. When you start to compare somebody, you start to compare somebody to somebody else, you start to compare yourself to other people, you start to compete because you want to be in their level. And the minute that you are in their level, you forget yourself. Instead of concentrating on what you're doing, you're concentrating on what the other person does because you're competing with them. And when you compete with those people, they're doing it naturally. It's coming out naturally. And yours is not working. You start to be envious. When am I working? And then, when that stage is, now you become jealous. Now when you become jealous, there's no turning back. That's when you start spreading rumors about even people you don't know where they're from or how they're doing those things. You start to be jealous. You start to give, it's not fair at all. It's not fair for the person, and it's not fair for yourself. It's not fair for yourself. And trust me, sometimes I find myself in such kind of situations, yeah? But I've learned, I try my best. I don't compete with anybody. I don't compete, I don't compare. Because we are two different people. And that's why I thank God. Sometimes I think that's why, I sleep at night. I don't have time to think about anybody else. I already have a lot going in my life that I don't even have time to think like, oh, that person has this, that person has this, that person doing this, that person doing that. If I want to do something, I will do it because I love it. And I will not compete with somebody. We started doing the same thing. She's here, I'm here, she's there, I'm here. You never know. Nobody knows tomorrow. Nobody knows tomorrow. Do something from your heart. And be positive. Every day be positive. Stop littering negativity everywhere. Littering negativity in every corner you step. You leave negativity. Every corner you go, you leave negativity. And then you expect positivity to come to you. No. And most of the time, that's why you find me and myself. I have few friends. I talk to a lot of people. But I have few close friends. And my family. Actually, my family are most, and I have some few friends that I can laugh with, because I don't want the comparison thing, the competition thing that you see this, they have this, they did that. No. We all have purposes in our lives. We all have different purposes, and that's how we should put it. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you got a point here and there. Sometimes I'm stammering, sometimes I'm this side, I'm this. English is my second language. I don't know, second language. I speak Dutch, I speak English, I speak Swahili. The minute I started speaking Dutch, my English went north and I went south. So, guys, forgive me. Anyway, I hope you understood what I was trying to put forward. And thank you very much, guys, for being here. And like I said, please subscribe, click that red button, smash that red button, and click the bell also. So every time I upload a new video, you get a notification that Anidebezi has a new video, and you can run here on YouTube and watch it. And if you have any suggestion, or if you have any topic that you like me to discuss, so we can discuss, just write me on the comment section, comment section there. I got you. And if you can follow me on my Instagram, Anidebezi Beauty, Puntanel, Anidebezi Beauty. Yeah, Anidebezi Beauty. I have 2 Instagrams. I have for home decor, and I also have for beauty. So you can find me in Anidebezi Home Decor or in Anidebezi Beauty. Yes. And my Facebook also is Anidebezi Beauty. So you can find me there. So guys, thank you very much, because I can see that I have a visitor in a few minutes. So thank you guys very much, and be blessed. Be you. Do you. All will fall into its perfect place. So be blessed, guys. Mwah. Bye.